Welcome back, disc golf fans, to the back nine of round one of the 2024 Maine State Championships, presented by Brickyard Hollow, elevated by Thought Space Athletics. We had a couple bogeys here on this front nine here, some birdies as well. And Derek, this has been very exciting. My name is Chris German. We are Gatekeeper Media, bringing you this coverage on this beautiful weekend up here at Maine.
Beautiful is an understatement. I think this is some of the best weather we've seen thus far all year, and quite an upgrade from last year. Paul Krans here currently blemish-free. Matt Bell with only one as well. Let's take a look at the other people in the clubhouse. Harry Chase just shy of that double-digit mark you were talking about on the front nine. So let's go ahead and jump in to hole 10, 625-foot par 4, lots of OB, and as we finish up, we're going up this mound, so a lot of hazard there as well.
Also, shout out America.
And so this is quite a...
So he catches first available and kicks short left.
Kind of going with the theme that I had called out on the front nine, that Matt's shots are a little wide today. I'm not entirely sure if that was by design or maybe just timing was a little off.
So Greg does about what all you need to do here is just kind of throw a hyzer and just land before you find the OB on the left. His paw is dead center.
Greg was actually saying he was playing to the shade.
Yeah. And Chandler's getting more aggressive than the rest of the card, and he's pushing over
That's ridiculous.
that little inlet there.
And kind of flirts with that OB a little bit.
But that is going to be an easy approach.
All right, so this is kind of where things get a little interesting here. Matt takes his lie from where his first shot lands as a provisional, then re-tees as well. Big sky anhyzer, hooks as we are approaching the OB, and unfortunately this shot does go OB as well. So we're going to see Matt play through both his regular and provisional because this was kind of in debate all the way until the end of the round.
Yeah, and I think this is a good example of, as a player, make sure you call provisional so that it can be sorted out later if need be, if the card cannot figure it out in the moment. And that's why we're going to see here. So I felt like it was best to keep this in and see him play out both lies.
And with PDGA scoring and things like that, I'm pretty sure you can add notations for provisionals and what those stroke counts are as well. So make sure that everything's really well documented.
So this is him playing from his re-tee. So this is, if his first shot there landed OB, that's what we're seeing from this lie. And then the one where he did that quick layup is if he played with no OB and played from that lie. And the reasoning behind why there was a miscommunication was just the way the stakes were and the intention behind them. And that's all I can say on it. So as I would say TDs, just make sure you have intention and make sure when you do have OB, just make sure it's very clear where that OB is and state.
Yeah, it doesn't even necessarily need to be, in this particular instance, it doesn't necessarily need to be marked as such, but it needs to be represented through what you're typing on your T signs and your caddy books and things like that.
Great birdie there for Greg. 2 birdies after the 2 bogeys. Good race. Yeah, he knows it. And Matt's in for par. And in the end, that was the official score. After back and forth to see which one he was going to take. And again, we'll just leave it as make sure you call provisional and make sure
things are well marked.
Yep. Stress-free birdie there for Chandler after.
And for coming from someone who wasn't really that thrilled with their approach either.
All right, that's going to throw us into hole 11, par 4, 530 feet. Kind of want to land, if you can get to the road, that is a miraculous shot. You have a very short approach. This one's almost feels kind of like a tweener where these guys can really push it and have an easy approach coming in as a par 4.
Gregg really getting over on this one. Starts to fade about 20 feet before this tree in an ideal landing zone. I would expect a lot of the similar type of shot from the rest of the card here.
Yeah, not a crazy amount of danger. This did come in as the easiest hole on the course.
But change it to a par 3 and we got a whole different ball game.
Then it's the hardest hole on the course. It's funny how pars work.
And I will admit that I had trouble following that.
That one?
Yeah, it's something about the blue disc and how it flies. It's just like complete stealth to me.
Good drift here from Matt's, and that's going to fade up and check up real nice. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think we're just going to watch probably a third shot just like that.
Yep.
I will say this is downtown Gregg range. Put a little stank on it, too.
Yeah, he did. He was going for it. No. Thought he had
yes,
that one.
But yes. We're going to see a gaggle of birdies here from our crew.
Yeah, turkey for Gregg. So he's coming back after those bogeys. His head's above water now. I think that's our third star frame of the round.
All right, and as we are jumping into our 12th hole, a par 4 at 492 feet, you have kind of a split here. To be honest, I really, really like this hole. You kind of want to stay sharp drift left to right off the tee. You don't want to push too far forward because it does kind of pinch yourself off. Like, that's a really great shot, but it's just a touch left for it being ideal. So you kind of want to play it a little shorter because this is a little too sharp, hitting that ceiling there, drops straight down, and it looks like it's in the middle. It's not in the middle from there. It is still off to the side. Not ideal footing, just like this.
It's a little right there. I would agree, though. This is a very fun hole. It's a good hole. Came in at the middle of the pack. I would say that's probably best placement in terms of
the bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll see how his footing is.
Well, it's really funny too. There's a lot of hidden rocks in the grassy parts of this fairway, where it's almost better to land in the dirt road than it is the grass.
Yeah, and
because of your run-up approach.
And I think the dirt road is what
it's
you're going for.
Yeah,
and if you do push it too far, that's a
great
shot there. Nice turnover.
Slight drop off there on the backside of the pin. Nothing too crazy. I think the distance is
whoa.
Yeah, a little slip there. I think that was the rocks that I was just talking about. So he's coming up a little short, but still textbook there. This is textbook forehand kind of chip up here for Gregg, but does come a little short, leaks right.
Yeah, that is not a gimme. He's going to be putting from circle 2. Hey, Chandler's getting so close, man. And Gregg hitting earlier. So these guys are hunting.
Oh, man.
Death putt for Gregg, too. It's a good birdie from Matt after the slip. Even better birdie here from Paul with that turnover shot. Just needs to knock this in. Yep.
Nice view of the property here on the 12th green as well. As we see Chandler, slight uphill putt, saves his par, which is good for hitting early.
Yeah, big shout out to Pineland Farms. This area is great. There are so many trails, you have the skiing, a lot of amenities, and truly a remarkable piece of property.
Got it.
Elevation for your mind.
Bananamous.
Elevate.
All right, 2/3 through this opening round, jumping into hole 13, 406-foot par 3. And Derek, this one's tricky, man. They go down the service path, but this green going back uphill.
Yeah, really easy to miss left, like
Ooh.
we see our defending champion.
I thought he was taking the local route there, but that
was not intentional. No.
Yeah, that is a tough spot to be.
And great line, great height, but Matt unfortunately takes the more inside route, hitting a tree, kicking left as well. Not quite as far deep as Paul sees himself. Let's see if Gregg can see or recalculate based off of the rest of his card mates.
Looks
Swings
like
it
he will.
A little wider.
And that's just fine.
Yeah, it filters up.
Just bottom of the hill. A little higher from Chandler, but
I
this
like
does
that a
stand
lot,
up.
Yeah.
Good disc selection. That's going to scoot on up the hill a little bit. He's going to have an honest bid there for birdie.
It's really hard to get into the green from the tee on this just based on the shot shape.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone can really get to the basket. It's kind of hit that hillside close to where Chandler is and make your circle's edge putt. His Krans
Yeah, not a lot to work with there.
is probably looking at a bogey here. And Derek, I was going to say our scorecards are looking much better.
What's
A
his
lot green.
But I mean, it is his first blemish here.
That is very true. It's a good approach there from Paul, and he's going to be taking that bogey.
Yeah, and it is unfortunate. As soon as he threw off the tee, you actually could hear him say, like, well, that's a bogey. So like he knew. I think that's why it made his approach really easy, because he's like, well, I know that I'm just going to chip up and play. It's a good evidence of taking your medicine, you know.
That was a great approach there from Matt. That was with a Pathfinder. Easy par there for Gregg and Chandler for the lone birdie on the card. Just outside circle one.
Man, he's been tagging
Finds
metal
the
all
gauge
day,
again. Ugh. So, Derek, how many birdies do you think we saw in this hole today?
Well, if you're asking me, I'm going to say maybe like 3.
Less. The under. Only one birdie.
Wow.
Shout out Andrew Cochran for the lone birdie as this came in quarter stroke over par, and we're going to see that with our card right here. So
All right. Hole 14, 300-foot par 3. Pretty level off the tee, and then a pretty big drop-off here, veering to the left. Guarded up by these skinny trees The miss, I mean, you could really get into a lot of trouble missing left. So, like, you really want, if you're going to miss, that's stuck there on the edge.
Very
wow,
fortunate
very
there
lucky.
for Matt.
Honestly, like, as a right-hand, backhand player, like, something that's going to drift to the right, kind of just carrying down the hill.
That's pretty good there from Gregg. I mean,
Yeah, that's a stab from there.
Yeah.
I think you want it to carry a little more to the right before fading out. Get yourself a little closer to pin high.
it's there in Barsby range as Chandler gets caught up.
Right in the middle, though, of the fairway.
Must have caught a rock
That's
right on that
interesting.
hillside.
And see, I like this a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to ride that edge. Yeah, it filters right down. I think that should be circle's edge.
This hole gives me vibes of hole 12 at Brewster Ridge.
Okay.
See that downhill.
Nice touchy
Woo!
approach.
That was looking good from that one
Good
angle.
ground play, too. Saved himself at least, I don't know, 5 to 10 feet.
That was close for Gregg as he's looking to try to find 5 along with the rest of his card mates.
Okay, so not quite circle's edge like I thought for Paul.
Good par for Matt. No bounce back for Paul. Good par save.
Slightly left, though.
So this was the middle of the pack hole. 0.08 over par. Good separation. Quite a few birdies, some pars, some blemishes as well. So that's going to bring us into hole 15, par 3, 357 feet down this service path here. Slight drift to the right, and then we have a nice fade over here to the left. You can try to get a nice flare skip, but again, ground play, not the greatest. It's easy to kind of hit the tree line on the backside as well, as this is looking great from Matt. I hit the edge perfect.
Yeah. Kind of match the slope. That pushes too
straight.
far right.
Ooh, double
And
kick.
it would have been great had it not been for that second kick. So while I was recording this, that seemed like it was real far to the right, but then now watching it back, it wasn't quite as far, so he's still in the center of the fairway. And I'd say that's probably the best line so far.
Man, the closest.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
Looks like Gregg was able to find a lane. Easy par for him.
Oh, wow, that filtered down to this hillside there a little bit more than I thought. And then this is, okay, I remember this now. That was an air bounce, like an intentional air bounce out of there.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He was like kind of like half joking, and then I saw him do it. It's like, okay, well, worked out just great.
Hey, we know Chandler to be able to throw those trick shots.
Yeah, like intentional skips into the bucket.
2022 Belton Open. One of the coolest highlights I've ever seen.
Yeah, windmill hole.
Yeah. The old skip putt there from Chandler. Great birdies from some of the guys here.
Par 4 coming in at 546 feet. I'm not going to lie, not my favorite hole here. You're going to be fighting slightly downhill, but it's pretty tricky to kind of punch through the gap off the tee.
Yeah, your goal is to just get right to this path here. If you can get right, just like, did he skip over those rocks? That
maybe right past it, maybe just like just
like it ramped off the rocks. But yeah, if you just want to get to the path here, anything more than that is a bonus. Even that should be okay.
Yeah, just there's nothing too special about this hole in my opinion.
Gregg scoots on. I don't think he's on the path yet, but makes it through the tree line.
That needs to kick
Misses
left.
everything, and as long as he's able to swing, he should be fine over there. Just depends on how close he is to them trees. Ooh. Still inside the circle, or just about right on the edge.
Wow.
That was a
What
good looking
shot.
shot there from Chan. So that was a glow mana. And shots like this for Gregg are ones he can do in his sleep.
Ooh, yeah.
He's going to need a helmet there. Good line.
What
from,
a bid. What?
Good line from Matt. Wow.
I think that was also a mana.
Derek, we've been so close. So many basket hits. This ball was a little farther out than I thought. I thought he was a little closer to the edge of the circle. This is going to be a good putt for him if he's able to get his birdie.
Never fun being the back-to-back putter either. It's like always that second one's always the walk of shame.
Yeah, Paul losing a stroke to the rest of the card. And that's going to give Matt solo lead here. We're moving to hole 17, 428-foot par 4. Another tight one, similar in the sense that we have just a slight little bend to the left here. Then we have this green, couple guardian trees to miss, some wood chips. This one, you want to, if you can get to the rock wall, that is an amazing shot. But if not, service path is a good spot to be.
Oh, baby.
This is a good pull from Gregg, and he's going to reach that rock wall.
Yeah, see, I like the design of this one a lot better because you kind of have those very specific lines. Oh, the tree love here.
Double
Carries.
kick.
Might have even been 3. But yeah, you have a defined right gap and a defined left gap. Both, I would say, probably about the same size. Give or take a couple feet.
Good shot there from Chandler. Easy birdie.
Yeah. Textbook approach here for Paul. I'd assume the same here for Matt.
So this came in 0.3 under par. Kind of middle of the pack hole overall.
Pretty good footing comparatively. Sometimes if you push up on top of the rocks, it's less than ideal.
Yeah, this is more than ideal for Gregg.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That is best case scenario.
That was so fun to watch.
Gregg Barsby.
Let's go ahead and watch that again. Solid connection. I mean, he's been giving it the solid bid all day. Really happy to finally see one pay off for him.
Seriously, just for the card in general, we haven't had a crazy amount of highlights, but it's been a very entertaining round in the sense that guys have been so close.
He's pumped.
Yeah. I thought he was going to pull out Raptor legs because there was a couple times
he was joking around.
He was like, I feel like Ricky Wysocki out here.
Yeah, hole 11 actually, when he pumped over. He even says, "I'm feeling like Ricky on this hole, just minus 200 feet."
5 under.
A lot of green with a little speck of blue. Congrats, Greg. That was awesome. And our final hole here for the first round, 578-foot par 4. Our 18th hole is, well, it's not a gimme, that's for sure. You got to carry pretty much a very specific straight line. And the basket gets nestled back right up into the edge of the woods line there on the, I would say slightly to the right. The shot shapes up enough. Wow, tree.
When you're
love.
feeling it, you're feeling it.
The shot definitely lends to it being like a slight carry to the right, kind of like a stretched out serpentine pattern, just like this.
Oh, this is a pump from Matt.
Yeah, center cut.
Ooh.
Beautiful shot. The late flip is definitely the play. That one kind of starts a little early.
Keep pushing, though. Oh, yeah. Wow. All right. That stabled up nice. I thought that was just going to keep turning.
And so Paul going the outside turnover, so going from left to right.
Ay, caramba.
Using the sandy dirt here in the middle. Picks himself up another 15 feet from ground play alone.
That was a sick shot from Paul. He's going to have an easy birdie.
Textbook
Barring
forehand
anything
for Greg.
crazy. And I thought Matt's was great. It's a good spot for him. That's
a beautiful looking approach. Wow. Really knowing the angles of these discs, really knowing the stability, when exactly they're going to break, land flat. Sharp angle here, but I wouldn't say it's hard pack here on this green, so you really can kind of catch edge, and as we saw here with Chandler's.
That was a misplay there from Paul, I think.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say his putting has been lights out like we've seen him in the past, but it looks like it doesn't matter for this one.
Doesn't reach that 10, but he does get to 9.
Still very respectable.
Defending champ putting up a good number.
And we have our players heading over to Bittersweet Ridge, Bitterside here for moving day after this. A little bit of a different dynamic there. A lot of elevation, tighter lines in the woods, damn near all day.
Good way to end with this star frame.
So what is that, 4 or 5 on the round?
Yeah. And Matt Bell did reach that double-digit number I was talking about. The 10 under. Wow, man, this was one heck of a starting round here at Maine States. This is my first time here personally, and I'm enjoying it. And I hope y'all are too.
Yeah, it's a little cleaned up here on the back nine from our players. We see a lot less red as we look at Bradley Williams with an 11 down.
Wow, Harry Chase, we're going to see him tomorrow as well. 2 new faces on the card as that's going to finish us up here for round 1 of the 2024 Maine States presented by Brickyard Hollow. elevated by Thought Space Athletics. And thank you to all of our Patreon supporters for making this possible. From Derek and I, as the owners of Gatekeeper, we appreciate it a lot. We'll see you on moving day.
Take care, folks.